Ready.
Set.
Gamecast.
Welcome to Ready Set Gamecast, a bi-weekly podcast about video games and sickness. I'm Darian, and I'm not sick. And I'm joined by another person who is also not sick, Teddy Chinaris. We're missing the sick person, Bryce. Oh, sorry.
I'm not sick physically. Mentally. Emotionally, there's a whole nother story, but physically, I'm okay for now. Bryce isn't here. And Darian is running the show today. It should be pretty fun.
Yeah, I'm playing Bryce today. Teddy, what's your favorite thing to do when you're sick? Because if it's skipping podcasts, that's my favorite thing to do when I'm sick.
Not really that at all. It's like, it's more when I'm sick, I basically don't eat anything, like at all, until I'm better, because I hate puking more than anything in the world. So I do everything I can to avoid it. I will eat like 3 saltine crackers when I'm sick. And then I just legit just lay in bed until I'm better. That's the goal. Sometimes you can't do that because life, but like that's what you got to do, you know? Watch some movies, some shows.
There you go.
What's your favorite thing to do when you're sick? The skipping podcasts?
I like to skip podcasts.
It's very specific. Weird.
No, I sleep a lot when I'm sick. Like, I can't watch TV. I'll put on something that I've seen 100 times, and then I'll just sleep. And I'll wake up because it stopped playing in the background, and I'm laying on my uncomfortable couch, and it shut off, so I need to turn the background noise back on so I can go back to sleep.
Why is your couch uncomfortable?
It's not. Just when you're sick, you can't get comfortable, you know?
Yeah.
So, like... Yeah.
You're just, like, moving the whole time trying to get comfortable, and you can't.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. It's upsetting.
So, since Bryce isn't here, we're first going to ask Teddy.
Suck it, Bryce.
Hashtag suck it, Bryce. We're going to ask Teddy, what have you been playing?
Very little. Very little. It's not different at all from last week, which is weird because I'm usually like, yeah, dude, these 20 different things. But like, I played Destiny 2 Forsaken a couple of nights off stream when I like did homework for like 4 hours, and then I was up late, and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna play Destiny for like an hour, and then Spider-Man on stream, which I'm getting really, really close to beating, and then I'm gonna platinum that. Next week, I'm going to be playing Amnesia, The Dark Descent, because Dragons Lucas pledged on Patreon on the tier that makes him choose what game I beat that month, and he chose Amnesia because I hate scary games, so that's going to suck. That's going to be really bad.
With that one. Ugh.
I'm not looking forward to it at all, but everyone in my chat is like, dude, I can't wait to see you play Amnesia, and I'm like... Great, at least I won't be alone. Because man, that's not. I hate horror games so much, but it'll be entertaining to say the least. But yeah, Destiny 2, Forsaken, and Spider-Man. And the other night, I was really craving. I was not feeling good at all, and I was really craving like comfort food video game. And for me, one of the things that's like that for me is Call of Duty Zombies Ascension, which was a Black Ops 1 DLC map, and it was remastered on Black Ops 3. So I sat down and played that solo until like 3 in the morning and beat my record of 31 rounds. I got to 34, and I was like, all right. I was really mad though because I was so well set up and I died like an idiot, but like I still beat my record. So that's about what I've been playing. Not much. School is ramping up. I don't have too many assignments in the next 2 weeks though, so hopefully I can beat Amnesia and then get on Destiny. Because my goal was to, after I platinum Spider-Man and beat Amnesia, then I will be on Forsaken for the rest of the fall too, because I'm trying to save money and not buy like any video games this fall, even though I want Assassin's Creed Odyssey so bad and Black Ops 4. But and Red Dead, but
so you need pledges
and
so
Smash.
that you can get those games.
Yeah, everybody make me beat a game each month, and I'll be able to get games. It'll be fun.
Perfect. So for once in the lifetime, then my list is longer than Teddy's.
Yeah, it is.
I have played a little bit of League of Legends. I haven't played any normal games, but they released a temporary or a game mode called Odyssey. It's based off their new skin line, and it's a lot like their Star Guardian game mode where you have to kill creatures, except you're charging up a bar of aura or something. It's ORA, like, you'd think aura, but like it's weird. Anyway, I played some of that. I played a little bit of PUBG. I played very little Hatsune Miku Project Diva X because it's just fun. And I think this is the week when I tried Hatsune Miku Project Diva Future Tone, and then got really sad because the gameplay is so different from Project Diva X that I can't play it. Like, it's just way more difficult.
These are just rhythm games, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, but like Diva X has very specific controls, and I think all of the rest of the games have the controls that are on Future Tone. And I just
that's weird.
I can't adjust.
Was it like the first one?
Huh?
Was it the first one so it was so different?
I think it's based off of the previous ones in the series that were on other consoles and like on arcade consoles and stuff.
Oh.
I also played a little bit of Vampire, which, quick side note, that I've been complaining about the combat in the game because it's incredibly difficult for me. And they announced that they're going to be releasing an update, I think later this week. So like by the time this episode comes out, I think it's out. And it's basically an update that makes the combat or makes story mode less combat driven. So it takes out some of the combat and makes it easier and shit. And I'm salty because I'm like 10 hours in at this point, which is a lot for me. And I'm like, It says you have to start over to get that. And I'm just like, no.
That's upsetting. How long is the game usually?
I'm not actually sure.
Ooh. Go to my favorite website in the world.
We're on it.
How do you spell it? Isn't it with a Y?
VAMPYR. So
you're
it says,
pretty close.
I mean, yeah, it says 16 and a half hours. There's no way I'm actually that far. I think my gameplay is way longer because I'm really bad at it.
I go to that website and then I usually add just like a couple hours onto the end. It's like 16 and a half. Okay, so like 18 hours for me. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I'm even halfway through, to be honest.
I wonder what Spider-Man is set. 16? Completion is 31.
Oh, wow, that's not a long game at all.
It's not. The platinum is not that bad. People have been saying it takes like 30 hours to platinum. And I'm like, perfect. Amazing. Like, most open world RPGs are like 50 hours to platinum and like 20 to beat. This is like 16 to beat and like 30 to platinum. And I'm like, beautiful. I will do that. Thank you. I'm happy when games are shorter these days. I don't have the time.
That was one thing that I hated when I was actually an active console gamer. Is like, I don't want to spend $60 on a game that's not going to take any time to complete.
Oh my god. Gabby, one of my close friends, Gabby, is like that. And I don't know if she still is, but she used to like, I used to hate when people were like, oh, $60, it should be 60 hours long. Like, it should be $1 for every hour. I'm like, that's not how that works. Like, oh my god, it's the worst. But I am very, very happy when games are shorter these days. A lot of times, if somebody's like, yeah, dude, you knocked out in like 10 hours, I'm like, fucking convince me. I don't even care if the game's shit. It's just a game that I can actually beat for once. That's exciting. But I do really love lengthy like RPGs, but
yeah,
when do I ever beat
games.
them? No. No, I don't.
I like them, but I also don't because I don't finish them.
Yeah.
Teddy.
I would love to beat Persona 5 one day in 20 years.
Oh yeah, how long is that
Unless it comes to the
game?
Switch, please.
I'm sure it will.
Dude, I would love that to come to the Switch. I don't think it is. I think they have. I mean, it's a PlayStation exclusive, so they definitely have a licensing deal. But I don't know if it's like timed or not. But I would love that. I was legit wanting to bust out my Vita and play Persona 4 Golden, mainly because I was wanting to play Persona 5 on my Switch. So it was like, this is the closest I can get. But my Vita is very dusty. It's really sad. Poor Vita.
I also played a lot of Dead by Daylight. I got back into that game pretty hard. And I got my boyfriend
on PlayStation
into
or
it.
on PC?
Oh, no, PC.
Well, PlayStation, it was free last month. That's why I'm asking. Because that's why a lot of people got back into it, because it was free.
I
already got
had
into
it
for the first time.
See, that's the thing. Even with it being free, I don't necessarily care. I already have it.
Was it like, did you see people talking about it from that? And then you were like, ooh, Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, I had some coworkers at work that were like, ooh, we started playing Dead by Daylight. And I was like, aren't you guys console gamers? They're like, yeah, it was free on PlayStation.
And then you were like, ooh, I should get back into that.
Yeah, I was like, oh, man. Well, and then I saw an article about the resurgence in Dead by Daylight, and like it covered something about how they've managed to be successful, and it was like an interview with one of the lead designers and stuff, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. They're actually starting to fix their game, and like I read some more reviews and I was like, oh, so it's balanced now. Okay, yeah, I'll get back into it. Sure,
that's
why
good.
not? Yeah. And like now I'm playing with a bunch of new people who haven't played it before. And I'm like, guys, this is how you do this. Look at how good I am at this game right now since you're all new. Give it 2 weeks and I'll be the worst person here again.
But for now, I look like a professional. I love that. That's always a good time. On. Yeah. What else have you been playing? Was that it?
I think that's all I played, yeah.
League. Let's see here.
That's the games that we played. Let's talk about news.
There's a good bit of it.
There's a lot of news, but I think I can get through most of this pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Niantic announced that they're releasing Pokemon or Pokestop nomination beta in Brazil and South Korea on Pokemon Go. It's going to be available only to level 40 trainers in Brazil and South Korea. So basically you'll be able to elect like, oh, this should be a Pokestop, and you can nominate places to be Pokestops, and they can review it and hopefully add more Pokestops places. So that'll be cool.
Nice. For all you Pokemon Go fans out there, everybody getting ready for Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu.
I'm so excited for that game. I've had Pokemon Let's Go Eevee pre-ordered for months, and I'm very excited.
You gotta have the Eevee version because Eevee is adorable.
Eevee is adorable. No one can tell me otherwise. Next up, we have Twitch was suddenly blocked in China. The live stream platform Twitch is no longer available in China. That news came out during a lengthy period of chaos as the Chinese government reevaluates online gaming. Which they don't have like an official reason for why, but it seems that they're just, I guess, trying to, I don't know if they're trying to censor, because I know that China's had issues with that in the past. I don't know if they're having issues with like copyright or something like that.
I wish there was more info in here on it. I wish I had the specific thing, but I don't know if this was recent or like a month ago. But I remember hearing something about how like the Chinese government's also like suspending licenses for like new games. Like they're not letting like new games come out in the country for like an indefinite amount of time.
Yikes.
So I don't know what's going on in China. They're very confused about video games, is what I'm learning. Very confused. It's upsetting for everybody over there who loves games.
Yeah, that's a bummer for that whole industry.
Yeah. It's also a lot of money people are missing out on.
Yeah.
Because China is a big market. Maybe
all right.
like the biggest. What is the population of China?
It's in the billions, I think.
1.3 billion out of 7 billion on the planet. So yeah,
I think
pretty big.
the only place that has more is India.
Yeah, let's see here. Actually, India has 1.157.
Oh, it's less?
Yeah, China, I think this is like the top 3. Actually, hold on. Most populated countries in the world. China at 1.3 billion, India at 1.2, almost 3 billion, and United States at 300 million.
That's insane. The fact that India has almost 1 billion more people and China has more than 1 billion more people, that's crazy. Oh my gosh. Today we're learning about geography and population.
It leaps so much from China and India and then US, like 1.3 and 1.2 billion and then 300 million. Oh. Like that's a pretty big jump. That's crazy. Followed by crazy. Indonesia, Brazil. Wow. No, Brazil is so populated. Pakistan, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Japan. Japan's not too surprising because I know that it's really, really crowded in a very small area. Huh. The more you know. Basically, video game industry losing out a lot of money in China because it's the most populated country in the world.
That's a huge amount to drop.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, I think Teddy has news about.
I do. I have news. I have multiple different pieces of news on the Nintendo Switch. Basically, both of these are about the Nintendo Switch online system. The first one just says that you can now play, because for the longest time, you couldn't, and it's stupid. You could play games that you own on a different Switch. So, like, if I bought Splatoon 2 on this Switch, on my primary Switch, I could not play that anywhere else. If I bought it digitally on there, I could not play it anywhere else. I think... I was going to say physically too, but I don't think that's the case. But now you can have a primary Switch and then you can have another Switch with your Nintendo account logged in. But you can only play it on the secondary Switch if you're online. If you go offline, there's like a little timer until you reconnect and then you can keep playing. I don't know how long the timer is. I don't think it says too much, but yeah, you have to be online to play on a non-primary Switch. So good on Nintendo for letting you, but also like, all right. I mean, it makes sense, I guess. But, yeah, that timer needs to be long, whatever it is. And then other than that, we have news on the Nintendo Switch Online service. It has come out. I wish I had like more news about it saying like, I used it, but I don't have money, so I'm not getting it yet. I planned on getting it. I probably should anyways. It's only $20 for a year. I probably should just do that because one of the things that comes with is cloud saves. Because right now, if you lose your Switch or break your Switch, those saves are just gone forever. So I definitely want the online service mainly for cloud saves. But other than that, there's the Nintendo Switch Online app, which is dumb. You can use for voice chat and whatnot. At that point, just use Discord. There's the cloud saves. Some games like we were just referencing, Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu, will not support cloud saves because they think people will upload their save and then like trade away Pokemons and then like re-download it. You know, like they might be able to like cheat the system. Let's see here. What else? There's a bunch of NES games. There's 20 NES games for subscribers live right now. I'm looking through the Super Mario Bros. The original is live. Do I go and get this online service right now? Maybe I do. I'm going to set my Switch down. Let's see here. Yeah, so you get the NES games as they come out. I think they haven't... It seems like they haven't really detailed much as to if they're there forever or if they like rotate like Netflix or something. But they're there. 20 NES games. I'm not going to rattle through a bunch of them, but let's see here. What are notable ones? Donkey Kong, Dr. Mario, Excite Bike, Balloon Fight, Legend of Zelda, Ice Climbers, which I hear people don't like anymore. Mario Bros, Super Mario Bros, Super Mario Bros 3. And then tennis. Gotta love tennis.
Especially tennis, yeah.
How much does Nintendo want? Yeah, so it's actually pretty cheap. It's $4 a month or $20 a year. And then there's also a family plan, which is even cheaper if you split it. I think you can split it between 8 people. But yeah, Nintendo Switch Online service. Get it if you want. It's not amazing. If you play your Switch a bunch and are afraid of losing it, like losing your saves, you should get it. Because if you're honestly, you should, because if your Switch breaks, you're just done. Like if you have a big save on Dead Cells going or on The Legend of Zelda and you don't want to lose it, you should probably get it and upload your saves. So yeah, that's the online service. We got even more news about Nintendo that Darian has.
Yeah, so Nintendo announced a few things in the most recent Direct. Primarily that they're going to add Isabelle to Smash, which is exciting. And they're also making a new Animal Crossing Switch game, which is going to come out in 2019. And that's really exciting.
Is it?
It is, yeah.
Immediately, everyone starts tweeting at me, what are you talking about? Animal Crossing is amazing. It is exciting.
I'm pretty excited because it'll be one I can play on stream, which is awesome. Like, I can play Animal Crossing New Leaf anytime, but I would like to play one on stream. I'm very excited. New Animal Crossing game, which I feel like is a series that they like to neglect a little bit. They like to leave the fans wanting more, and it works because here we are just anxiously awaiting Animal Crossing on the Switch 2019.
Yeah. We knew Animal Crossing was coming, but they've said that they were working on an Animal Crossing, but this is the first time that they're like, it's coming next year.
Yeah, this is like their official teaser. Yeah.
So that's exciting. I wish I could get into Animal Crossing. I've tried before. I'll probably try again. I mean, that happens all the time with big games that people love that don't necessarily click with me. Like, I know this is blasphemy. I don't really love Bethesda RPGs. Like, Skyrim never really clicked with me. I know that's when everybody's like, oh, I've said it before, but Skyrim didn't really click with me, and neither did Fallout 4. I liked Oblivion. But yeah, so I got Fallout 4 and then realized that it didn't really click with me either. And I'm like, I gotta stop getting Bethesda RPGs. I just gotta stop doing it. Cause I did the same thing with Battlefield. Like Battlefield Bad Company 2, I love, that's a great game. But after that, I got like Battlefield 3, and then Battlefield 4. And I just didn't really enjoy either of them. And then after that, everybody was like, you gotta get Battlefield 1, man. Battlefield 1's so good. And I was like, dude, I can't. Like, I've done 2 others in the series and like I can't do it. I can't do it. So maybe I need to listen. Or for Animal Crossing, I've only tried once. So maybe I'll try the next one, and then after that I'll definitely listen. If I don't like the next Animal Crossing, then there's no hope for me, you know? But we'll see. Depends on my financials at the time. But I got a long way to go until 2019. So
yeah, we do have a lot.
Let's see here. Other than that, the next news story is this is exciting, but it's not like as exciting as it could be. PlayStation Now offers downloading for PS4 and PS2 games. So PlayStation Now is a subscription service that's like streaming a bunch of older games, and you can also do it with PS4 games, some. But Xbox has Xbox Game Pass, which is similar. You can stream it, but you can also download the games. And that's why PlayStation Now is like, hey, you can download our games too now, finally. Like, our service is worth something. But you can't download the PS3 games. And I get technically why, because that system was such a different architecture that it's, like, really hard to emulate. But, like, that's what I want. I want the PS3 games. Like, if the PS3 games were good, I'd be done. Like, I'd be in, because then I could play Infamous 2 on my PlayStation 4.
Right.
For the love of God, let me play Infamous 2 on my PS4.
Again. I can play my Eternal Sonata.
Yeah. That's
a
the one.
game
Sly
nobody
Cooper.
cares about. But I do a lot.
That would be awesome though if we could download the PS3 games. But I get why you can't. But it's a bummer. But yeah, the PS4 and PS2 games, especially PS4 games, there's like Bloodborne and a bunch of other good games on PS Now. So it's definitely now even more so a pretty dang good deal. So check out PS Now if you're gaming on a budget.
Yep. Along with the PlayStation Now announcement, along with PlayStation, they have announced the PlayStation Classic, which is a $100 mini PlayStation 1. The lineup of games that it's going to be, or that are going to be available on it, includes Final Fantasy VII. It's 45% smaller than the original unit. So I imagine that means
very
that
tiny.
You're not going to be able to play like actual PlayStation games.
No, probably not going to be able to pop it open and put in a disc. That's my guess.
But yeah, that's kind of exciting for $100, and I think it comes preloaded with
It's
the
very,
games.
it's very cute. It's just like Nintendo's deal.
Yeah, so, and those games include, they've announced 5 of them. They got Final Fantasy VII, Jumping Flash, R4, Ridge Racer Type 4, Tekken 3, and Wild Arms. And I'm not going to lie, I haven't heard of most of those games.
I've heard of course, Final Fantasy VII. I've heard of Ridge Racer and Wild Arms, and Tekken 3. I haven't heard of
3.
Jumping Flash and Type 4.
Yeah.
Or is that Ridge Racer Type 4?
I think it's Ridge Racer
hold
Type
on,
4.
is this the title of the game? R4 Ridge Racer Type 4. Is that the full title of that?
It
Oh
sure
my God.
is.
Yikes.
How's that? Yikes.
But I've heard of Ridge Racer as a series. So I guess the only one is Jumping Flash. Wild Arms, I've heard a lot of good things about. It's an old school RPG, I think. But it's pretty cool. They're straight up just stealing they're just like, yeah, it's a PlayStation Classic. Like, they're calling it Classic too. Like, not even trying to be like PlayStation Mini. They're just straight up stealing the Nintendo like NES Classic. Like, could have done something else. But yeah, it's $100, so it's more expensive than the NES Classic and the SNES that at $60. But it's exciting. I don't have any real. I started late, as everybody knows, so I don't have any real nostalgia for the PS1. But for the people who do, there you go. Enjoy it. That is exciting, but you know what's not exciting? Multiple different studios shutting down this past week. It's upsetting. Capcom Vancouver shut down, and Dead Rising 5 was canceled because of that. Let's see here. Yeah, according to Capcom, 158 people will lose their jobs due to the shutdown. A skeleton crew will remain until January 2019 to finalize closure, operations, and logistics. So that's a bummer. Dead Rising is a game that I actually haven't played, but I own Dead Rising 3 on my Xbox One, and I never played it, but I really wanted to. Maybe this is my fault. I also wanted Dead Rising 4, and I never bought it. Maybe this is my fault, chat. You know, it was single-handedly me that took them down. But yeah, best wishes to everybody who got laid off for that. Everybody, whenever there's a big studio closure, everyone on Twitter like rallies around them. Like, for this next one, which is big, people put up a bunch, like Ubisoft was like, here, meet here and we'll have like a meet and greet and like at this bar for like jobs. And it's like, oh, how nice of everybody to like rally around. Mm-hmm. And the next one, really fucking big and really surprising. Telltale Games. Just one day I woke up and Telltale Games, basically, I think one of the updates in these stories was that they had 3 hours to like vacate the offices.
What?
Yeah, they just came in one day and shut the studio down. Which is, I mean, Telltale was very obviously not in a great place, but like, it did not seem that bad. It didn't seem this bad. For sure. But yeah, Telltale Games, I think where's the number? I think it was straight up like 250, like over 250 people were laid off.
Yep.
And originally so they were working on The Wolf Among Us season 2 and the Stranger Things game, which are now which is now not happening. And also, The Walking Dead, the final season of it was coming out, and they originally, up until today, we got an update on this story today, but originally they weren't going to be able to finish it. But today they tweeted out from Telltale Games' Twitter account, said, "Hi everyone, we have a Walking Dead update for you. Multiple potential partners have stepped forward to express interest in helping to see the final season through to completion. While we can't make any promises today, we're actively working towards a solution that will allow episodes 3 and 4 to be completed and released in some form. In the meantime, episode 2 will release tomorrow across all platforms as planned." So yeah, like that's what I was hoping. I kind of figured that would happen.
Aren't there usually 5 chapters? Or
yeah, they usually are, but I think this one specifically is 4.
Oh,
like,
that was predetermined.
Stated that beforehand, yeah. But it's so weird. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know how business works, but like that's how do you not like warn people? And like, I don't know, like for something that major, that's so shitty to just.
I don't really understand how they got to this point, because I felt like,
well, there was a graph going around on Reddit, I think, that was like according to Steam sales of every Telltale game, and it was like what was it? I can't remember what was before The Walking Dead season 1, but like they had they did a Jurassic Park game that was really bad. I think so. Maybe. Or right after, I'm not sure. But there was like a Jurassic Park game which was really bad apparently, and then there was a Back to the Future game. But they were on the graph and they were like medium, and then The Walking Dead season 1 was like highest, and then it was like, I think after that was Wolf Among Us, and then it was like middle, and then it just down until like it was like Walking Dead, Wolf Among Us, one other thing, and then like down at the bottom, and then the rest of them were like the bottom for like 6 games. So the sales of the games had been declining, and to be fair, I mean, I don't want to like badmouth them, right? Like their games were great. I played a lot of them. There was a time where I was really into Telltale games specifically because they were pretty short and you could like bust through them. So I had like a bunch that I owned and was like spending a couple of months just like going through a bunch of them. I platinumed The Walking Dead season 1 like 3 times? No, twice.
Holy shit.
Actually 3 times, because I played it on PlayStation Now with my week-long trial and went through it on the PS3 version. Actually, no, just twice. Yeah, just twice. I went through it on the PS3 version and got the platinum, and then I played it on PS4 because for season 2 I wanted my save. Actually, I played it on PS4 first because I wanted my save for season 2, and then I went back on PS Now and just got the platinum because it was easy and I did it in a weekend. And then I also played The Walking Dead season 1 on Steam for the first time, like years before that. And so The Walking Dead season 1 kept like glitching out on me, and I had to restart it a couple of times. So I've played The Walking Dead season 1 many, many times, and I really love The Walking Dead season 1. Season 2 is really good too. Like what is it? Tales from the Borderlands is incredible. Batman season 1's really good. But their games very clearly were formulaic, right? Like, and they wanted to, I think Stranger Things was the start of like, this is a new engine. They were probably going to innovate a lot on gameplay. Like they said they were really changing things. And The Walking Dead season 1 was the last one on like the old engine. But they didn't have time to do that, clearly. But they were moving towards that. They definitely knew that was the thing, but they went on, they did their path for too long, I guess, and it didn't work out. But it's a bummer, man. Their games are really good. All the writers over there for sure are incredibly talented. And I hope everybody lands on their feet. I really hope that The Walking Dead final season is finished. Because that, I don't know, that's a big thing, man. The Walking Dead season 1 was big in the industry, and like I hope that story is closed out. And yeah, it's really shitty how it was done. That like 250 people. Apparently, there was also news about how like Telltale had recently made new hires of people who had like families and kids, and a lot of these people were living like paycheck to paycheck. So now they're like, I don't know how I'm gonna pay rent this month. Like, it's pretty shitty. I wish everybody the best, and I'm sure a lot, if not like most of them, will land on their feet for sure. It's a bummer. It was very surprising when I woke up and saw all that. I was like, oh, Telltale. Okay, damn. But yeah, that's the news, everybody.
Yep, that's all the news. So now is the time in the show when we talk about our Patreon supporters. Last Geek has launched a Patreon to help make great content like this podcast. That sounded really bad. I'm sorry, guys. I can't read for some reason.
That sounded good. What are you talking about?
I don't know. It sounded bad to me. For the low price of $5 a month, you can get a shout out on every episode of Ready Set Gamecast, like Aaron did. Aaron C is our only supporter right now. So your name could get added to that list if you just go support us on Patreon. That'd be super. It could be cool.
But right now, Aaron is like the most important person on the planet. So like, yeah, you could be added to that list if you wanted and become one of the most important people in the planet. But like, or on the planet, you could be in the planet too. But I don't know what you do on your weekends. You know what I mean? But it's very easy and it's cheap and it's amazing and we love you. That is all.
Yep. Now it's time for what you've all been waiting for. We're going to talk about the topic of the show.
All right,
I
what
like
is it?
your enthusiasm,
I gotta
Teddy.
remind myself. Let's see
so
here.
The topic of the show is, do you think spoilers affect your enjoyment in games? Should something be done to help prevent spoilers on social media? And I'll start by reading our responses to the topic of the show. Matt A. Plays said, spoilers are the worst. He said them in all caps, so I think he feels passionate about it.
You know he means business.
It's even tougher for games because of your interaction with the world. Even minor Easter eggs are kind of spoilery, so like don't ruin stuff for people. On the other hand, if it's been a year since the game released, it's not really a spoiler. I would say spoilers can still be classified as spoilers.
They could be. I think it for a major game. I think legit. I mean, you should be nice and careful about big story spoilers like all the time, especially of a game like The Last of Us, where I feel like everyone needs to play that game, and I'm not going to spoil it no matter how old it is. But like a lot of the time, if it's been a year, it's your fault. But also. I definitely say that about movies, but in games, like, they're a lot longer, so like you have way more excuses about not playing it. So
they take more work, and sometimes they're really difficult, and like you can't get to the good parts because you're stuck at this dumb part before it. You can't get through because you're a bad gamer, and
same. Relatable.
and then you have it spoiled for you. I've quit games because like I'm stuck somewhere and then something major gets spoiled to me, and I just stop playing. Like, well, I guess this doesn't matter now. Why would I waste my time with this if I know what happens?
I've grown to have a different opinion on spoilers for a long time. I mean, it's the same in games as it is like anything for me. Mostly, like I remember. Spoilers for the Walking Dead comics and the Walking Dead show like 4 seasons ago. We're doing it. No one cares anymore except for me.
I care.
But there was a big moment, it was like a whole thing where fucking Negan kills somebody. It's the first dude he kills of the main group.
That wasn't 4 seasons ago. That was like 2
3
seasons ago.
I think it was 3.
I don't think it was.
If it was like 2 seasons ago, that's still like 2 years ago. It's still a long time. I will not spoil who he killed.
Here's the deal, because I'm rewatching the Walking Dead now, and I'm in like season 6, and Negan hasn't even been introduced yet.
Yeah. I mean, they are on like season
9 this year that they haven't started yet.
I think, when was it? It might have been 2 seasons ago.
The end of season 6. Is what you're referring to. Yeah,
and then they reveal it at the beginning of season 7.
Yep.
Because they do that stupid fucking cliffhanger.
That's so the worst.
It was awful.
Oh my
Everyone was like, are you kidding me? Yeah, it was terrible. That's when a lot of people stopped watching.
Oh no, they are. Yeah, they're gonna start airing season 9.
I can say this without spoiling it. Basically, there was like I read. It happens to one character in the comics. Oh man, I can't.
Is it a different character in the comics?
Saying it would be it's the same character. It's the same character in the comics. But it happens to a character in the comics, and I knew that while I was reading the comics, like I was reading up to it. Technically, this story doesn't have anything to do with the show now that I realize it. I'm just talking about the comics. But they, I knew who it was, and I knew what was happening. Oh no, I actually saw it on the show before I read it in the comics.
Okay.
But I knew what was gonna happen. I knew, and like the show actually does a really good job of recreating it. Recreating the scene. But like I was reading up to it and then it started happening and I was like, oh man, I know what's gonna happen. But like honestly, knowing what was gonna happen was like kind of made it more interesting in a way. Like it didn't spoil it to me for some weird reason. Like it was already spoiled to me, but I was reading it being like, oh man, this is like like I knew who died, but like seeing how it happened was very interesting. So I think over time I'll get spoiled with something and I'll be like, man, that sucks that I know what's going to happen, but like a lot of it is seeing how it happens and seeing the details and like seeing how other characters react and like seeing how it affects the game and like the rest of the story. Like it's not always just the one big twist. Like the big twist and the big moment is a big thing, but it's not the end of the world if you know. The game, the story, the movie, the show, the book is a lot more than that one moment. So if you're enjoying it and you do get spoiled, like honestly, there's more enjoyment to be found in it for sure. But when it comes to spoiling games, like what does this say? Should something be done to help prevent spoilers on social media? No. Twitter is really great with that you can mute things. When God of War came out, I knew that I wasn't going to be able to play it for like 2 weeks, and then because 2 weeks after it came out, I'm dying. School ended for me. My semester ended, and then I wasn't starting work again for like another week. So I knew that I had a week to play that game, like solid. So I waited until then, and until then, I went on Twitter and muted everything that said God of War, every version of hashtag God of War with no spaces, God of War with spaces, like every single little way to spell it. And I didn't see anything for 2 weeks, and then I played the game. Like, the only time I saw some stuff was when people tweeted out like screenshots, but didn't include hashtag God of War. But then again, sometimes I also muted hashtag PS4 share. So if they left that from sharing it from PS4, I didn't see those. So like for the most part, I missed out on everything. Use the mute feature on Twitter. And if it's really that bad, don't use social media. I know that's like hard to say and you can't really do for a lot of people. But if you care like that much, just log off until you can play it.
Or just use a different social media.
Yeah. I mean, people survived without social media before.
Yeah. That's true.
Well, you'll be okay. I would not be, but you will be. I have faith in you.
So I didn't read the second response to topic of the show, but it's not really related. But I want to read it anyway.
We could put... Yeah.
It's not... Because it's not a question. He specifically put topic of the show.
Yeah.
So Zyger said, I miss Moises. Do you miss Moises? I miss Moises. That has nothing to do with spoilers.
To do with the topic of the show at all, Zyger. Definitely the wrong place. But he's a good boy, and I miss him. He's a nice guy. He's a good boy.
He is a good boy. I don't actually know Moises.
I was going to say, I don't think Darian knows who Moises is.
I think I've heard Moises in... He was a guest on... the Irrational Passions podcast a time or two, hasn't he been?
Probably. And
he was definitely a guest on Caitlin's podcast, The Adventure Log.
Yeah, he does the he's also part of OK Beast, so which Alex Van Aken was on here, and he's part of that, and he writes for them. So
yeah. So
he's a cool guy.
I mean, I know him by association.
I met him at Kind of Funny Live 3? Yeah, Kind of Funny Live 3. He was very funny. He's a good guy.
Back to the topic of the show, because I didn't share too much on it. But I guess my opinions are pretty similar to yours, Teddy. Is like there are some things that like spoilers ruined it for me. Like the first time I was watching The Walking Dead, when something was spoiled for me, I was like, I know how an entire episode plays out, so I don't really need to watch it anymore. Like,
yeah. Sometimes that can be the case.
Yeah, so at the time, that was a big deal to me. And like some video games, like I had a major thing spoiled for Until Dawn, and I still tried to play the game, but knowing that information kind of changed how I played the game, I feel.
Yeah. That can happen sometimes.
Like, oh, I know this happens if I do this, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna actively avoid that. Or like, I have to try to make sure this doesn't happen, otherwise this happens. Like, and I also, reading or playing Vampire, I did something that could have potentially ruined my whole game, on accident. And so I looked it up because I was like, oh no, can I really like not get a good ending because I made this one mistake in the beginning that seems so like insignificant. And I looked it up to make sure, like that was me seeking out like, did I just ruin this whole experience for myself? So, sometimes spoilers aren't the worst.
Dude, that brings up a good thing that I forgot about, that has to do with also Telltale. Whenever I played Telltale games for the first time back in the day, I tried to avoid doing this as of late. Not even really. Most of the time when I played Telltale games, it started with The Walking Dead Season 1 when I played it on Steam forever ago when I was in high school. When a big moment came up, I think the first... Oh man, what's the first one? I think the first one, it's either the Sean and Duck thing or it's when you are in... It's at the end of episode 1. Oh, I think the Sean and Duck thing is the first one.
I think it's
but there's also a big one where at the end of episode 1, you have to choose between Carly and I think his name was Doug. I think it was Carly and Doug. And the first time I had to choose between two people, I immediately paused and went to Google and was like, okay, what happens if I choose this person? What happens if I choose this person? I don't know why. I don't do that with I didn't do that with like Until Dawn or with, to be fair, I haven't played Until Dawn. I've watched somebody play it, but I wouldn't do that with Until Dawn. I didn't do it with, Detroit. Like, I don't know. With a lot of choice-based games, I don't normally do that. But with Telltale, almost every time I'm like, okay, what happens if I pick this person? What happens if I pick this person? And I'll usually find a little thing that's not too spoilery for the rest of the game, but it's like, this is kind of what happens. And I'm like, okay. And then I make a decision. I try to avoid doing that sometimes, but a lot of times I got to do it. I got to do it. It helps me for some weird reason when I'm so paralyzed. I'm like, what happens? And I'll just Google it. Which a lot of people, I'm sure, find to be blasphemy, but it's good. Enjoy games the way you want to enjoy them. Don't judge me.
Agreed. So for the next topic of the show, we're going to discuss vampires and dicks.
It's true.
Except we're not. I mean, I'm sure they'll come up, probably.
We should, though.
We're going to talk about... Oh, this is a different cat on my desk right now. Hey, dude.
This is a different cat than the one that was there a minute ago.
Next time we're going to discuss Fortnite, is basically gaming's mascot right now. Similar to how Minecraft, Halo, Call of Duty, Super Mario Bros, etc. were in, previous years.
Their respective times.
Do you think that Fortnite represents gaming well? Send in your responses to readysetgamecast.com/submit and click the topic of the show button.
Even though Bryce was sick, that's his topic of the show for the next week. He put it in here for us. That's actually a really good one.
That is a good one.
I'm excited about it. Let us know what you think about that topic of the show, and I will definitely weigh in.
Yep. This cat is just putting his butt in my face.
His tail is like right up there.
Okay. Tenny, this is your turn. You do this.
Oh, God. Yeah, okay, so we have questions. Do you want to look and see if anybody submitted any while we've been going?
I just did. pretty recently, so.
Okay. All right. So questions/comments. Do you want to be a part of the show? No. Go to readysetgamecast.com/submit to submit a question, comment, or your favorite for us to read on the show. Or your favorite. I think that's supposed to be or your favorite blank, and we're supposed to fill that in each week, and we've missed it. Or your favorite food. Has that not been said?
You got to do it on the fly.
If that has not been said, or your favorite food, somebody tell us your favorite food next time. And if it's not bacon, you're permanently banned from my Twitch chat forever.
You're gonna have to ban me.
Gonna have to ban my girlfriend who is a vegan. All right, Ghost of Teddy's Past says, what's your favorite cat-based game? The answer to this is cat lateral damage. There's the game where you're this cat on shelves and you're just knocking shit off shelves. And that's it. You got a little paw and you go through and you get more score the more stuff you knock off the shelves. And that's that. You can get a cat in Stardew Valley, so Stardew Valley. You can get a cat in Minecraft.
I wouldn't say either of those are cat-based games.
No, not base games. They're in there though. Cats are in there.
My favorite cat-based game is Nekopata. Just kidding. It's the Neko Atsume game where you put things on your porch and you attract different cats. It's so cute.
Oh wait, is that the Android thing?
It's not. Yeah, I think it was originally on.
There's one phone game that has that's just like these cartoon little cats that people are obsessed with.
I think that's Neko Atsume or Neko Atsume. I think that's what you're talking about because they also released a VR version of the game and it's so cute.
Yeah, it's this one. The little cartoon cats reminds me of Bongo Cat.
I don't know.
This actually might be where Bongo Cat comes from.
Nyan Cat is also really freaking good. They have a game. Nyan Cat.
There's a game?
Yeah, they had a game on.
Dude, shout out to an old school meme, man.
They had a game on Android and iOS. I played it on iOS, but it was just a game. It was like a one of those dodging games, kind of similar to Robot Unicorn Attack. Did you ever play that one?
No.
Oh, well, you're just jumping and you're trying to collect certain things and avoid other things. And it plays
just like a runner.
Yeah. And it plays the Nyan Cat theme song the entire time. So I'd play that.
I love it.
Without headphones in public and people would hate me. It was great.
Yeah. Nyan Cat has 162 million views on YouTube. Just throwing that out there. The original Nyan Cat.
Oh
my god, it's so loud.
I know what Bongo Cat is. Sorry. I just had to look it up.
Yeah, dude, Bongo Cat, that's been a meme this last week. It's pretty great.
It's been a trending meme.
It's pretty awesome. He's very cute. Yeah, so those are our favorite cat-based games. Annie Mouse says, when you were a child, what did you want to be when you grew up? I'll answer. Do you have one, Darian?
Not
because I have one, but it's boring.
So I had really dumb things that I wanted to be as a kid. I wanted, when I was a kid, I was like, I want to be understand. A server. I want to be a cashier.
Well, that one's easy.
Yeah, so now I'm a server, so I did it.
Easy.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, I just really want to be a cashier. I want to just check people out at the grocery store. I was like, that's a cool job.
Oh my god.
And then when I got into high school, I was like, I want to be famous. I want to be a singer. I want to be an actress. I want to be I wanted to be a writer for a long time too, but I stopped writing, so I didn't want to be a writer anymore. But
so these the future of my chat just said dream big with a laughing emoji.
Yeah.
What? So that's what you want to. Let's extend this. That's what you wanted to be when you grew up, when you were a kid. What do you want to be now, Darian? What are you following your dreams for now? What do you want to do? What do you want to accomplish?
So I made the joke the other day to my coworker that I wanted to be a career server. So that's it. That's what I want to do for the rest of my life.
You just want to be a server forever. Man,
I want to continue pursuing like being a Twitch streamer and stuff. Like that's my passion. But
yeah,
when
I was gonna say I work at a restaurant, and I'm just like a host, which is very, very easy, but you make a lot less money than a server. So I'm like thinking of being a server because like I could be, but like I also am really, really awkward with people. So I would have to interact with people more. And I also feel like I would just hate it. Like I feel like I would despise it because of how much I'd have to interact with people and whatnot. So I don't know, but it's a lot more money. So I might end up doing that.
You should try it. You can. So I'm also really awkward with people, and I have some pretty severe like social anxiety.
Yeah.
And when I'm working, like you really just gotta like own
turn
like,
on
this is my job, and like you can get behind a mask pretty well.
Yeah, that's what everyone. There are some servers who have a very clear server voice. That like they're talking to you and it's like normal, and then they go, "Hey, how's it going, guys?" Like it completely changes tone.
I have a server voice.
Yeah, I might end up doing that. The other problem is like I also like it's a restaurant in Nashville, and it's like there's so many people that are just tourists. That are like, what's fun to do around here? Like, oh, where do you go to drink or whatever? And I'm like, I don't do anything. I just play video games, and I also don't drink. So like, I don't have answers to these questions. Yeah, exactly. My sister and another server who works there, Roy, was like, dude, I just have made up like I have custom ready to go answers. He's like, when somebody asks to drink, he's like, oh, it's the brew house nearby. They have over 99 beers on tap. Like he has just custom, and I'm like, oh, if I can come up with some of those, that'll be easy. I'll probably do that because it'll be more money.
That's what I do.
Yeah,
I just lie.
Yeah, you have
like
ready
I don't
to
go out and drink. I go home and play video games. But you know, this bar is really cool.
Yeah,
they have this. Yeah. Let me give you an example of something they have, so that it makes it sound like I've been there before.
Yeah, I'll probably do that. I need more money. If you can't tell,
serving can be really lucrative.
Yeah, if you're really busy. When you were a child, what do you want to be when you grow up? I don't have too many answers for this. At one point, I wanted to make games, and then I realized that I'm too dumb. At one point, when I was really young, I went and visited my aunt in, what is it? It's like Juneau or Jupiter, Florida. One of the two. It's like I think it was South Florida, like Central Florida. This is like this nice little city. That I thought was super cool. Like I actually just really liked the city. And then I asked my aunt what she did, and I was like, cool, I'll do that. And I'll move here. And I don't even remember what it was at this point, but it was, looking back on it later, I was like, no. It was like some insurance, like sales, like corporate thing that I'm like, oh my God, no. But yeah, and other than that, what do I want to do now? I've always said this, in a dream world, in like a dream world, I'd stream full time and do YouTube stuff. In a more realistic dream world, I just want to work in video games in any capacity. And then in a realistic world, this is video production. Let's see here. Teddy Cheris says, it's not me, I didn't ask this. What's your biggest gaming regret? Ooh. That's actually a really good question. Holy shit. That's a very good question. What's your biggest gaming regret? I don't know if this is my biggest, but this is just one off the top of my head. I still haven't fucking beaten Horizon. Horizon Zero Dawn, and I love that game, and I wanted to platinum it. Horizon Zero Dawn and Persona 5 came out very close to each other, I remember. And I also still haven't beaten Breath of the Wild. That's also one. It's mostly games I haven't beaten that I want to. But Horizon and Persona came out very close to each other. And I remember playing the first like 20 hours of both and being like, holy shit, these two games might end up being one of my favorite games ever. Like, they might end up being my top 5. And then I never beat them. So, like, I don't know.
No.
It's just, like, they were bad times. I was busy. So, like, I don't know. It's a bummer because a lot of the times my favorite games are because of the experience. So if I go back even now, it's like, it's all marred from playing like a year ago. Do you have one? Do you have a gaming regret?
I mean, my gaming regret is not playing more games. I limit myself pretty harshly in how many games I play. And there's a lot of games that like I just don't even consider playing because I'm like, oh, I might not be interested in that. Like God of War or Horizon Zero Dawn or I almost didn't play like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild because I was like, I don't care about the Zelda games. And it ended up being a game that I like genuinely enjoyed. I never finished it. I
want to. I haven't either.
But it's a really good game, so I'm just you take care of the rest of the
Zelda,
podcast. Yeah, I just my regret is not playing more games because now at this point it's like really expensive to try to get into a lot of those games that have already passed.
It's just time consuming.
Yeah,
it's really expensive and also time consuming, man. If it's not that expensive, if you do what I should do, which is get a game and then buy a new one when you're done with the other one. That's like with the ideal situation,
like
but
games.
Oh my god, I need to beat more games, but I will. I'm working on beating Spider-Man. I promised everyone in chat. Somebody should go back and find it and clip it out. I promise that I will beat and platinum Spider-Man. So making progress. I also beat Detroit earlier this year, so I'm getting there. Making progress. Area says, knowing how to change a tire, ... necessary life skill or nah? This is for you, Darian. She wants an opinion on this.
I'm 23 years old and I don't know how to change a tire.
Boom, there we go. Also, I do know how to change a tire. I just want that on the record. Like, if you ask me to change a tire right now, I'd probably fail, but someone, because I don't remember fully, but someone did teach me how to do that at one point.
Yeah, so like I've been shown how to change a tire, and like if I was put in that like survive or die situation where it's like change this tire or you might die, I could probably recall that. But I have AAA and I pay for it, so I have no reason to change my own goddamn tire. I'm wearing nice clothes all the time. I spend a lot of money on these clothes.
You get it.
My nails are really long and sometimes they're painted and like I don't have time to change a tire. I will wait half an hour for someone to come out here and change my fucking tire for me. That's what they're paying for. Like
this is to everyone who doesn't get this is my girlfriend who we were talking about shit the other day, and she grew up like on a farm, so like she knows how to build sheds and like houses and stuff like this, and like knows all about cars and whatnot. She's way more manly than me of like societal gender norms. And she was like, do you know how to change a tire? Do you know how to like change your oil or whatnot? And I was like, nah, like when I got to a certain age, my dad gave me a AAA card and said, call this. And she's like, oh my God. I was like, I don't know. It's just different strokes, you know? All right. I do know I could change a tire if I had to.
I could as well. Yeah. I just am actively choosing not to because why else would I pay for AAA?
It's like, I'm going to use it. And then my, I couldn't like change oil though. Like I don't know much or anything about cars if we're being totally honest.
I can change a tire. I could not change anything else. I can put washer fluid in
Nailed it.
The car. That's probably the extent of
Zyger has a bunch of questions. He said, thoughts on Bowsette, smash or smash? Bowsette is a thing that's been going around the internet as of late, who is fan art of a Bowser version of Peach, I think.
So do you know the lore behind that?
Not fully.
Toadette has a crown that when she puts it on, it makes her look like Peach. So the fan art is Bowser putting that crown on, and it's making him look like Peach.
Oh,
and someone did really good, really awesome fan art of it. Like, I would smash. I think she's hot.
Let me do one more quick search here, dude. Bowsette, and I'll render a verdict. Looks kind of scary. You know, I'll just throw that out there.
No.
She is a mixed with Bowser, you know. So like, and Bowser's kind of evil. But like, I guess I'll say smash.
I like it.
don't know.
I saw one that was like blonde and like very peach
I'm just
looking
being nice,
Bowsette.
really.
And then there was one that was actually like, Bowser's got red hair. So, and like yellow skin. So like it was a yellow skinned, red haired peach. And it was just like, oh my God, what? This is gorgeous. I need a peach Bowser.
Sure, yeah, why not? Yeah. Zaga says, what other characters would you like to see get a sexy Peachette makeover? Bowsette is pretty cool, but can we do better? Female Waluigi. Waluigiette.
Yep.
Waluigi.
For real though.
What about you?
Better than Bowsette? No.
Okay.
That's it.
Zyger also says, Teddy, what do you have against Jay Jamrog? Is it because his clan is stealing yours? Why don't you join JJ's Nintendo Online family plan he's offering? One, Jay Jamrog is a fantastic individual and a good streamer, twitch.tv/JJamrog. Also, yeah, a little salty because Ball Boys is stealing everybody in my clan. That's fine. It's fine. I also hate that they're all on PC and none of them are on PS4 and it's annoying. And then they're like, oh, join us on PC. Teddy, shut up, chat. I get it. I know. I'm not salty. And then he said, why don't you join
PC.
JJ's Nintendo Online family plan? I'd like to. It's probably cheaper that way. So that was cool.
Yeah, Bryce invited me to his, and I turned him down because I was like, well, I'm not playing my Switch right now. And then I had to sheepishly admit that I lost my charge cord for my Switch.
How do you do that? It's in the dock.
So I found it. So the reason I lost it was because I went to Vegas, and I didn't bring my dock. I just put the Switch in the charge cord, and then when we got back, I unpacked everything, and I put everything away, and I couldn't find the charge cord. I was like, well, I know I saw it when I got home, so it's somewhere in here, but I don't know where, and I don't care enough to go find it right now.
Understandable. Let's see here. And then,
this probably should have just been put underneath the other one, because this is an extension of, I think, a troll extension.
I don't know if this is actually... This is probably not actually Ari asking this.
I think this is probably from Zyger, actually, because we were talking about it pre-show.
Yeah. And then it got added. Yeah. It says, not Teddy's girlfriend says, does Teddy know how to properly install headlight fluid into a car? Is that a thing?
No.
Didn't think so.
It's not.
Didn't think so. Headlight fluid. Didn't think that was a thing. So no. No, I don't. Michael Bay says, what is your favorite thing about Bryce not being on this show this week? # suck it, Bryce. That one was added by me. Dare.
Oh, rude.
That last bit.
Is that why you wanted me to check? No, that's not, because I was already in there. That's mean. Nothing. I miss Bryce. He's a good friend.
Bryce can suck it. He's all... No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm joking around. I did think it was... when he was like, yo, can you two just do it? And I was like, yeah, this should be fun. This will be interesting. But yeah, he's not feeling great. He's a real sick boy. That's not good. We don't want him to be a sick boy. We want him to be a good, healthy boy. So maybe next week he'll be a good, healthy boy. Or two weeks from now. Or, I mean, hopefully earlier than 2 weeks from now.
Yeah. No, I mean, he could be sick that whole time. Still. He'll be fine. Yeah. It's good for your soul, to be sick for a while. It really just makes you more resilient later.
Is it?
Probably not.
It makes you appreciate when you're healthy.
That's true.
That's a thing. Whenever I'm sick, I'm like, man, this sucks. Like, I forgot how good I had it being healthy. Like, oh my God.
How good I had it most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
Okay, I really, really, really gotta pee, so we gotta finish the show right now.
We're getting out of here.
So
that about wraps it up.
Yeah, we're getting here. So go to ReadySetGamecast.com for links to the podcast on all of your favorite podcast services, including iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher, as well as the video version on YouTube. Also, side note, I want to apologize if it's not as good as it normally is, because I'm recording it instead of Bryce, and I don't think I did it in the right settings, and I'm sorry. If you like the show, please subscribe, rate, and review it on iTunes and Stitcher. It helps us grow and become more powerful. Is this the first time you're doing both?
I think so. It was an instinct.
Oh my god!
That's funny.
Oh no. Okay, and this is your regular reminder that Game Make Corp has a new episode. Also haven't listened to that 'cause I just don't have my phone. Last time it was because vampire romance novels. This time it's because I don't have my phone, so I'm sorry. Teddy, where can people find you?
You can find me on, oh shit, it's probably reversed. Twitch.tv.
No, it's totally perfect.
Twitch.tv/Teddy Chinaris. It's on the back of my shirt for the audio listeners. I turned it around. And yeah, Twitch.tv/Teddy Chinaris. What day does this go up again?
Friday, the 29th.
Okay.
Is that
okay? By Friday,
28th.
my goal for this week is to play Amnesia on stream. I think I can do so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I think I can stream Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So keep an eye on my Discord and my Twitter. My Twitter is Teddy Chinaris as well. Chinaris. That's how you spell the last name. And yeah, I'm going to be playing Amnesia: The Dark Descent, and I'm going to be getting spooked out of my goddamn mind, and I'm going to hate it, but it's going to be fun to watch.
All of your clips are going to be shared all over the place. Yeah. You screaming like a girl. So excited.
It'll happen. There was a clip from like last Halloween where I played something for Extra Life. I played Outlast for Extra Life. My follower alert went off, and I went, oh god! And then I was like, oh, it's my follower alert. Cool. It straight up made me jump, and I was like, I hate everything.
Oh, that's funny.
It's probably gonna take me. The game takes like, I think it said 8 hours or 10 hours or something. It's probably gonna take me like 12 to beat it because I'm just gonna be hiding.
You can't hide the whole time.
Yeah. In Outlast, there's a lot of like hiding in lockers. So there were so many moments where I'm just like, I'm just gonna stay here. Like, you can't make me move. You know, like I can't. But then at a certain point, it's like, if I want to if I want to beat this game, if I want to finish this game, I have to move. But yeah, so keep an eye out for that. I also subscribe to my YouTube channel as well, Teddy Chinaris. In August, I did the same thing. Somebody pledged at the tier to make me play a game, to make me beat a game, and it was Detroit. And I have all that footage, and I'm gonna release all that onto YouTube. My goal is to whatever Patreon game, I'll play it on stream, and then I'll also put it up on YouTube for that person in case they missed it. So yeah, keep an eye on that as well. Where can people find you, Darian?
I'm on the internet, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, Dexterity, DEXTERIDEE, and I also have dexterity.com. That'll just redirect you to the best Twitch channel on the web, twitch.tv/dexterity. I can't leave that open-ended because Bryce owns it, and he could change it just to troll me. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's the show. Thanks for listening. Love you.
That's the show.
Much love. Bye.
I don't. That's pretty serious.
Oh, shit.
Hey, man. It's getting pretty real if you're into I love you. You know?
Not ready to commit to the viewers, to the listeners.
Yeah.
You heard
they should all have. I like them a lot. They should all have a fantastic next 2 weeks.
Perfect.
Bye.
Yeah, see you then. Bye.